Okay, Brandon, uh, you're uh, you're on.
All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Brandon Kelly. I'm the owner and founder of BK Web Productions. Let me get my PowerPoint ready and we'll get started. So, what is BK Web Productions? This is our motto. We're entertaining, informing, and advocating artistic expression. In terms of table of contents, we're going to go through the history, how BK Web started, the services we have to offer, and what could be the future goals, and then my contact information, and obviously at the end, the Q&A. On the side here, this is a manifesto that was created that for BK Web, where it has the purpose, mission, vision, and the core values. We can go over that during the Q&A if you want. So the history of BK Web Productions, it started basically as a traditional YouTube channel. I was trying to experiment and see where I could go. I went to school for video at Northampton Community College. I graduated what was formerly called the radio TV program. Now it's media studies in 2013. And I went to Kutztown for video as well. So I wanted to take creative control of my video work. And so in April 2017, that's how BK Web was started. Back then we did mini documentary skits, you know, various projects that were diverse, but then it wouldn't be until around 2019, October of 2019 to be exact, that I would incorporate BK Web into an LLC. So very much at the end of 2019, BK Web became a company. Then 2020 comes, and as we know, pandemic year, new things came in, and it was a little bit scary, but through Lehigh University and Northampton Community College with the 1 Million Cups, I was able to discover different business owners. And I feel like each business owner I met gave me the training ground to really grow and to learn in 2020. So 2020 to me was a very important year for BK Web because it was the year of growth in terms of learning the business. And such organizations as Sobe Coworks, JAACF, Juxta Hub, Nurture Culture, just to name a few, were the organizations that really helped me gain a ground with meeting several different entrepreneurs and business owners in 2020. So let's go through the services BK Web has to offer. We've expanded since the beginnings, and we're very excited to see what's going to happen going forward. So the first service we have is the business video promotion service. We have examples here of the three top businesses I've worked with, like Sobe Coworks. I made a video for them. It's on their website currently right now. Juxta Hub, I made a video for them. It's not up yet. It'll be up later this month, so it's on its way. And the other one is the Judith Adele Agentis Charitable Foundation. The video is on there as well. So we are gaining traction with several different company websites. And as I mentioned, Juxta Hub will be up soon. The BK Web Productions, when it comes to videos to help companies, we make either a commercial, mini documentary, or a brief 15 to 30-second sizzle. We want to promote your company. We want your company to get out there. And so we would make a video for you, and it would be put on your website, your social media, wherever you want to put it. And it basically gets your company out there. And you are going to feel like, wow, I can have a new video being made. And like I say, we could do a commercial, we could do a documentary, whatever you want, we will do it for you. The second service is a video editing service. You might have videos on your hard drive, but you don't have the time to edit, or maybe if you have no experience in editing, you need someone to edit the videos for you. Well, we provide that service. And so we will take the videos and on your hard drive and put them together for you to help you out, and all in a reasonable price. This new one that came up in late 2020, going to 2021, that I started is the 360 virtual. This one, we will take, let's say, an art show, or if you're going for a tour of a home, and put it online virtually. So if you have let's say a cousin that has an art show at Emmaus High School, but you're not ready to go in person yet with all these COVID things that are going on, well, we could put that online for you and you don't even have to leave your home. So a 360 camera does a virtual tour of the location. And then on top of that, we could put a photo of, let's say this example here is from a local artist named Tina Bradford. We put the picture up, and you could click on it, read the description, and also you could watch a video that's created about her artwork. So that's one way of going to an art show or house tour without leaving your home. Music video creation service. This one is basically we create music videos. The main demographic would be a high school to college students. We can do any generation, but and this is in conjunction with another service, which we'll get to in a moment. But this one, we would create a music video. I did with my cousins, which you see here, Nikos and Amanda, and we would do in the style of traditional music videos you see on YouTube or even MTV for those who grew up in the MTV generation. YouTube production service. This one's been at BK Web since day one. This one we make YouTube projects for specifically for YouTube. We are trying to make sure the YouTube channels are for a niche market. So that way it's not all over the place. The main BK Web page right now, currently, we're reorganized it that will just show business content. So the business videos I create for you will be featured on there. The other genres, we have BK Travels, which is a channel that deals with travel content. We went during the pandemic. We gave examples of places while wearing a mask at Hershey Park, Peddler's Village, just to name a few. A new channel that's coming this year. This is the concept logo. It's not the official one, but BK Unplugged. This will be more entertainment based. The music videos and the skits will go on that one. That's why I said that the music video production service is in conjunction with that. So that's coming soon. And oops, sorry about that. Anyway, future goals down the line for 2021, we're going to be releasing a new website finally. It's going to be up and running, I would say, at the beginning of May. We are also coming out with a summer fall internship program. The summer one is pretty much posted and ready for students to start applying. So we're ready for our students to start coming in. I'm hoping by fall 2021 to start presentations of video editing and film and TV analysis, since I study film and television in college. We're going to continue working on projects for BK Travels and BK Unplugged, and then expand the business side of the video production. Down the line, this is future beyond 2021. Hopefully open a studio, add a photography service, audio recording studio. For 2022, we're hoping to start a podcast series called BK Cares, which deals with disability awareness. Have some blogging eventually, and then a film and television media analysis YouTube channel. The name will be announced, but this is all beyond 2022. There's the goals. Here is my contact information, my phone number and email. The email will change with a new domain, obviously, for the email, but this is the main BK Web Productions contact information for now. Then these are the social media links. We have the main BK Web Productions YouTube page, the sister channel BK Travels. Eventually we'll have the Unplugged when that's established. We have a TikTok account, which is also going to be reorganized. We have a Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And when the website's published, we're going to have a BK Web Productions business LinkedIn page. So that'll be coming soon as well. And now we're on to questions and answers. So thank you everybody for listening on BK Web. And now if there's anything I missed or if there's more information you want to know, this is the time to find that out.
Wow. Thank you, Brandon. You've got a plate full of action items already ready for 2021 and beyond. So that's excellent. So all listeners, please enter your questions in the chat function at the bottom of your screen, and we'll pose them to Brandon as they come in. In the meantime, Brandon, share with us, if you may, some of the more popular social media platforms today. There are so many new ones that keep cropping up. And what is your take on what's good for what? I understand that different markets might tend to use a certain platform, whereas it's may not be suitable for all. So, your thoughts on that?
So with social media, there's a lot of accounts for different markets. Since we're in a business setting, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram are going to be the top ones because you want to promote your business on those social media platforms. LinkedIn is good to get the business connections, and then with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram is to make sure you get more, I guess I would say, more the younger demographic, and I don't mean by younger like high school. I mean like college, young adult
Yeah.
demographic. And then if you, since I'm more in the entertainment section, sort of with the entertain YouTube side, main demographics for that one would be like TikTok and Instagram, YouTube. There's another social media account that I don't have listed because we're not in this market, but this is just an example, is Twitch. That one's more for the video game market, but that's another example of social media account. So the thing I've learned with social media is that you have to really find the market to really hone in on who is your target audience. And with the business side of things, that's why we're reorganizing the main BK Web YouTube page, is that that one's going to be now focused on promoting whatever business BK Web connects with, and that any extra things that's going on the other channels to represent, oh, this one's travel related, oh, this one is entertainment related. Because when you go on YouTube, each YouTube channel, you have one that's makeup tips, one that deals with gardening, one that deals with filmmaking, whatever it may be. And you want to hone in on that, because if you just combine everything all at once, it's like mixing Disney Channel, HGTV, and TLC and ABC News all on one channel. It doesn't make sense. So you don't want to do that. So you want to make sure you hone in on that niche market.
Okay. All right. Good. You mentioned briefly you're doing music shows and art shows, and uh, where do you find those kind of customers, or who are you chasing after?
Well, as I mentioned, my one of my slides, the business connections I met last year through Sobi CoWorks, Nurture Culture, Juxta Hub, just to name a few, they helped me gain the connections, in a sense, meeting different business owners, entrepreneurs, local artists. With Juxta Hub, for example, we have a lot of artists in that group, and that one has been helpful for me because I have an art background, and um, art is definitely one of my loves. And so to really help them gain the attention that they need, that's why I created the 360, because a lot of artists, especially now during the pandemic, their art, it may not get noticed as quickly, but with the 360 it's going to be a lot quicker, and you don't even have to leave your own home to see it. And so I knew to make BK Web distinct from maybe local competitors from the Lehigh Valley, include a service that's very relevant. And so with the pandemic, that's one of them.
Okay. That's good. Quite a broad range of media that you are able to tackle. That's excellent. There's a question from Debbie Rice. Debbie is from Phenomenal Events and Marketing. Um Her question is, what type of turnaround do you have for corporate video editing? If you are given the slides and if you were asked to animate and free range of licensed music, would you choose?
With well, when it comes to making video for a company and helping with, is that when it comes to music, we try to do non-copyrighted because we want to make sure. So YouTube has non-copyrighted music available, and we use that. And in terms of animation, we use After Effects and Adobe Premiere to help with the animation to give it that extra pizzazz. And what we try to do with the video, instead of looking like a traditional PowerPoint presentation, we would make the video a lot more exciting, a lot more animated, and give it that feel like, oh, this is a legit business. And After Effects is a great tool for animating different logos. An example of a great After Effects moment would be Super Bowl commercials. They use a lot of After Effects moments. When you see football heads coming together, that's After Effects. So you want to have that feel for it. So a great way to help with companies have great promotional material and to bring in that maybe new employees that want to work there or new customers, is to make the video as pleasing and presentable as possible, and by using whatever's current in the video editing market. And Adobe Premiere and After Effects are the top programs video editors tend to use.
Okay. Debbie has a follow-on question. Do you assist with TikTok videos for corporate clients? And do you post adding in the tags, descriptions, or do you just provide the video for the client to enhance that video on their own with ads or posts or links, etc.?
Great question. Actually, with TikTok, we're reorganizing the TikTok more to be what I mentioned with BK Unplugged, entertainment based. We haven't worked with businesses, but we could definitely add that to our research just to check it out. But what we're doing with the BK Web TikTok is we're going to reorganize it to BK Unplugged, and we're looking into current trends. For example, one of the newest trends with TikTok is a lot of people are putting for those who are into Marvel themed TikToks. Now, TikTok, you can get away with copyright because they have the songs already uploaded. That's one of the few places that copyright music is okay. But for those who saw WandaVision, one of the moments in the show it has gone viral. So TikTok, that's popular on TikTok currently. So we're looking into those kind of current trends. But we can. I'm going to be meeting with my social media intern today, so we could talk about the business trends to see if BK Web Productions could have its own business TikTok and a TikTok for BK Unplugged. We could definitely look into that. As for the tagging, my social media intern has helped me with learning how to use specific tags because that way the algorithm, the video could get noticed, and if you interact with the TikTok users, that could help get the video the viewership it needs. So we're learning in that right now, and I'm working with another YouTuber from Arizona. She does this class called VidBoss, and she helps with SEO among other things, and to help with get the content whether it's YouTube or anywhere noticed.
Okay, thank you. Another question from Bhaskar. He says, with so much noise on every social media platform, what is unique with your offering that will stick out and get more traction compared to other marketing video companies, etc.?
What makes us unique is that we're trying to be as diverse as possible when it comes to content, that we're not just a one note thing where some people when they go to a video company tend to just stick to, oh, I just need a commercial, wedding, or this stereotypical things that you hear about. Here we're offering something unique, something that other video companies may not be doing. That's why we had for example, the 360 or the YouTube production, that we're also offering that extra with YouTube production. I use the Freddie Awards as an example, that local performers and artists, they would like an outlet to perform maybe on camera, not just in theater, and we offer that as an option, and with social media they could get their presence known. When it comes to business, we can offer a diversity of videos. That's why I mentioned with the business a video service, it's not just a commercial. We could do the mini documentary, we could do a little sizzle. Heck, if you want to skit them, we could do that. We don't just stick to just one thing. We want to make sure the options are open. So that way you feel, oh wow, I have a lot more options, I have a lot more ideas. I don't feel that, oh, it's just this one thing I have to do.
Okay. Since you mentioned sizzle, I'll pick up on that and ask, have you made, or Rita Guthrie asks, have you made your own sizzle reel to feature the variety of services that you offer at BK?
We're actually going to be working on that this month with my social media intern. So we're already working on that, especially with the new website coming. So yes, we're working on that. In terms of example of those sizzles, uh, uh, today we're uploading. I'm going to be publishing today my client Tina Bradford's 2 sizzles, so they'll be published today. So if anybody wants to see those will be examples. But when the website is ready, we're going to create also a sizzle for that one too.
Just for everyone's information, can you elaborate on the terminology sizzle? We all know of sizzling steaks, but in the context that you are talking about.
A sizzle is like a quick video. Think of like when you go to a radio station and you hear a brief commercial or a brief advertisement. That's basically the sizzle. It's a quickie thing to get the audience interested in your product. Very quick. It could be 15 to, at the longest sizzle I've seen is 30 seconds, but no, 60 seconds, sorry. But typically it's under 60 seconds. It's very quick and to the point.
So just as the name implies,
Yeah.
good, or the word. Another question from Stacy. Stacy asks, can you tell us or share with us one or two of the most interesting fun projects you have been working on?
Does she want currently or in the past or both?
Anytime, yeah.
Okay. In terms of all right, so in terms of past, we did a series called the Disney Housewives series as a skit, is where we're trying to compete with the YouTube market with media spoofs. And but what we set ours apart from most Disney spoofs on YouTube is we cast women that are relatively from the baby boomer and Gen X generation to offer that inner childhood for women of those age groups. And that was a lot of fun. And the women that participate in those projects, some of them you may know, because a couple of them were notable women of the Lehigh Valley, and know some of the organizations like Northampton's 1 Million Cups and others. They had a lot of fun and they really enjoyed it, and it brought their inner childhood. And if they have grandchildren or something, their grandchildren could be like, "Oh, my mom was this character" or something. That was fun. In terms of a current project, what I'm doing with JuxtaHub is a lot of fun. That one, it's a new company for the Lehigh Valley, and to make a video for them and to see the evolution of where JuxtaHub is going is just been amazing. And there's more project ideas coming down the line for them that I'm going to be, proposing and helping them with. So I'm really excited to what's going to happen with that going forward.
Okay, interesting. Um, Nicole Folino is asking if TikTok is copyright friendly. Can those videos be shared across other social media sites like Instagram or Facebook?
Yes, actually, there's a little link in the TikTok where it has the Facebook logo, the Twitter logo, and the Instagram. So yes, you can share. When you share the TikTok, it will go into the Instagram, the reel feed, those feeds where you see those little circles and you watch people's
Right.
different videos. And then same with Facebook, it'll do the same thing. It'll go like that. And then on Twitter, it just comes up as a tweet story. But yes, you can share it on those social media platforms. TikTok does allow you to share, and like I said, that's one of the few social media sites you won't get like copyright claims, um,
Yes.
unlike YouTube and other places.
Right. Um, Mike Lichtenberger is asking once again, what is your turnaround time? I guess it varies from project to project, but an idea on what is your turnaround time? And please expand on updating. Who does that on the video that you create or the post that you have developed?
Yeah, I'm sorry, you may have answered that earlier. I just missed it.
Wait, I'm sorry.
You probably answered it earlier. I just missed it.
Okay, can you rephrase the question just one more time? Just
For your projects, is to give you a sense of what your turnaround time might be.
Mm.
And then the second question would be for updating, editing, updating. Who does that? Do you do that for the customer? Is that something that it's an add-on service after your initial work?
Great question. So we're actually coming up with a timeline. It varies from project to project because it depends on the person's timeline. For example, the JuxtaHub, and this is not based on my scheduling, this is based on theirs, but this one has been, the initial planning for the project was earlier in January, and the video completion is now this month. So it varies from project. If you want a quickie project could take maybe a couple weeks. And then a longer project could take a month or more depending on how big the project is. So it's going to vary from project to project. um, and then in terms of add-on services, we do have a re-edit section of our service. So if you don't like the first cut, let's say, or whatever the cut may be, we can re-edit the video. We're doing this new thing that the first re-edit is free, so that way there's no added charge. But down the line, maybe the next edit there will be a charge, but the first one's going to be free, so that way we can tweak whatever you want. I The reason I added the re-edit part is because whatever video is made, it has to be to your liking. It's not about what I think. I mean, yeah, BK Web is a company, but we're here to provide the service for you. If you don't like something, we're here to correct that.
Okay. There's another question on the 360 tours. Kumo asks, He'd like to know more about 360 tours. Does it mean that anyone around the world can access your website and add their house or art show for display?
Yeah, that's one good thing about the internet is that the internet's pretty much worldwide, so you can showcase that. One of my colleagues from the Juxta Hub, she has a website from a art museum that was from another state, and I got to see the 360 tour with that. And that's what really attracted me to adding the 360 is to be able to bring presentations to people from any place, including, let's say, if you fly to Ireland, let's say, you can view an art show all the way in Ireland that's here in Pennsylvania. Or if you're looking for a home in Pennsylvania but you live in Nebraska, you can view the home right in the comfort of where you live. And so that it's offering that flexibility to feature tours if you can't fly out at the moment or drive.
Great. Um, Share with us, if you may, what is your prime revenue stream or revenue model? Uh, what do you anticipate revenue coming from mostly?
Mainly the business video production side and the 360, because that one I go out into the community and create the content. The YouTube production is more the side thing in a way. That one can generate income, but that one takes more time. So the business video production side and the music video creation and 360, that one is going to offer more, I would say, of the revenue coming in, because that one I'm working from with company to person to client each time. So that one's gonna bring more. That and it's not to say that YouTube production won't bring it, but with YouTube, that one does take time. It takes longer than the business one and the 360.
Do you have a studio that you work in, or do you go to on-site locations? I guess for some of them you do have to go on-site.
We do on-site location mainly. We don't have BK Web doesn't have a studio. We're as I mentioned with future goals, that's a goal to have that BK Web have its own official studio. But that's once BK Web is a much bigger company at that point. But we go on location to places. I have a portable green screen if it's required a green screen shot, so we can go wherever we want to go. There's one place I'm looking into to check out that they do rental spaces called Steel Pixel, I think it's called. I'm going to look into there. You can rent a space to do video productions and stuff there. So that's what we're doing for now. Eventually, I will, once the BK Web reaches the point, that we're ready to get our own studio, we will have that. But for now, it's just whatever location we can get.
Okay. Let's see if there's any other follow-up questions. Brandon, just be sure to put your contact information in the chat function. There's so that people may be able to contact you afterwards.
Okay. I did at the top of the chat, but I can post it again. I can repost it again. Yeah.
That's great. For us on the outside looking in, what's a typical cost you can expect for a 30-second YouTube or a 60-second YouTube video? What obviously we're not going to hold you to anything, but just a range of what something like that might cost a small business.
That's a good question. I do have a list of prices. We just changed them recently, so I'm gonna give like a little range, but a quick sizzle could be like in a few hundred range typically. I do have like a document that has the list of prices, and if anybody wants to email, we can go through the different prices of the different programs. So most video editing companies or video production companies, videos can range from a few hundred to a few thousand. But since we're new, we try to be as reasonable as possible. But we can definitely, once I put my contact information, we can go over whatever you need and of different prices. But we try to be as reasonable as possible.
Very good. Any other questions? Feel free to unmute yourself and raise your hand and ask a question directly to Brandon. Uh,
I'll start. Hey,
Yeah.
Brandon.
Hello.
How are people finding you? What are you doing for your marketing so that people know about your work and they have access to you to ask questions about projects they might be interested?
Mainly through word of for right now, word of mouth, because the connections I made this past year, they would talk about with their inner circle. For example, I helped an older gentleman. He knew one of my clients, and he needed he needed his baseball video done, and I finished it for him, and he was very impressed with how I got it done. So for now, it's word of mouth through either through one of my clients or online, depending on the situation. That's how I'm getting known by different circles. Another thing is networking, and I know I've joined your events,
Coffee
Rita.
talk.
Coffee Talk is one of them. Juxta Hub has the creative entrepreneurs. I know Pete does the Friends with Pete. I'm going to be going to them soon. And so the online networking events also help too. And networking is really key. I'm currently also in connection with a couple of YouTubers from out of state, like Arizona and Ohio, and I'm trying to get to know their networks right now. So that also helps too with getting your name outside of the Pennsylvania region. So that's one way I do it.
How are you accumulating recommendations and referrals?
I would say through the connections I made thus far, they would say, "Oh, Brandon does this," and they refer my name and they showcase my work, and they will tell the person, "Oh, this is what Brandon does," and then the person say, "We'll get in touch. Oh, here's my number. Here's this." I had someone recently. They were like, "Oh, you do this video. Oh, let's get in touch. Let's talk about it." That kind of thing. So that's how I'm getting the referrals typically.
Are you getting any testimonials? Well, they're listed as recommendations on LinkedIn, and are you capturing them on your website or anywhere else?
Well, as you know, as I mentioned earlier in the presentation, we're developing the website, and we are going to have a testimonial section. So that's something we're going to develop because we definitely need that for sure. And then the LinkedIn business page that I'm going to be developing for the along with the website will offer that option as well, because testimonials are definitely key. And most especially with the Google, when you go to Google, you see the Google reviews that also adds to testimonial. So that's something we're going to be doing once the website's put up.
Absolutely, because it's more important for other people to say you're fabulous than for you to
Yes.
say you're fabulous.
Exactly.
well, you have an admirer in Santiago already, so you should certainly use his words to broadcast the message to your
Yeah,
future.
I was just gonna say, I've never done a video clip of any time, and when he came on board, we discussed my need for something like that on my landing page on my website. We kicked around a few ideas. You could take a look at what the video is. That wasn't the final product. Once he returned it to me, I said, I think I'm going to need a couple of changes, and these are the reason why. And he was very reasonable. He said, well, I'll give you that first free edit. Just include all the little things that you want to change, and we'll see if we can get them done. And by the end, I was very pleased with the project, and it was very cost effective. He didn't do it for free. He did it at a cost that was very reasonable for a startup business, which I encouraged him to do. As he's getting going, a lot of small businesses, he's got to think of the pricing, and he's looking at a small startup versus an Air Products, an Northampton Community College, or some bigger corporation in the area. And he's been flexible with that way to help myself, Tina, and some of the other people that have come to him already. I take advantage of the fact that he's just getting going, and he's very reasonable in pricing to do a little bit more to get his name.
Yeah, from my perspective, dealing with a variety of small businesses in and around the valley, I would say there's a definite need for somebody to help them put together their message in a video format. We often talk about that video sells, and everyone agrees, but actually doing the work, that's where they where they either throw up their hands or it's not in their realm of expertise, so it kind of just lays by the wayside, and they resort to the old ways of communicating to their client base. So I think there's an untapped market there for Brandon to really dig his claws into.
Another option. Oh, go ahead.
What's a vlog?
Vlog. Oh, vlog. It's vlog is like think of like a blog but in visual form. So instead of typing out your thoughts, you're speaking it.
Got it. Thank you.
Girish, I think Kumo has a question. I see his hand go up.
Go ahead, Kuma. You can unmute yourself and.
Yeah. Hi, Brandon. I just want to say the presentation was actually quite informative. I'm actually glad that there's such innovation that is currently existing. I would like to know that if you ever consider digital marketing, like would you be interested for someone to actually run your ads like on Facebook, Instagram, try to help you generate that organic followership, where people will constantly reach out to you irrespective of whether there's a referral or not. I'm just curious as to would you be interested in that kind of service?
Oh, absolutely. One of the things I like is collaboration, and any organization that can help with BK Web's advertising and marketing is a plus. So, and one thing I learned at Sobi CoWorks is collaboration is key. So definitely any organization that could help with BK Web's marketing, digital or otherwise, is definitely helpful.
All right, cool. If that's the case, I'll definitely be reaching out to you. You have a very great product, and being a student and all, I understand how does Google work, as well as Instagram, Facebook. How to really optimize your brand. It's a very good product. I wouldn't have suggested if I didn't think that that was something worth selling. So I will definitely reach out to you via email. And thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. No problem.
Okay. Any other hands going up? Yes, Jeff.
Hi, Brandon. I have a question with regards to file formats. If I were to share images or video from multiple sources like digital SLR, the iPhone, do you have a consolidation of file formats or ones that you prefer to work in?
So here's the thing with video, because the videos are pretty big and could take up a lot of space, you have to change the video format to match whatever wherever you're going to use it. The typical format I use is MP4 and MOV, but MOV is the biggest one. That one is like very heavy for a phone. I have used MPEG, but the problem with MPEG is that the quality is ugh. So the best way to showcase something on the phone, I would say, would be the MP4, because that one, while it's nice size file, not as big as MOV. And one way to send files out is through Google Drive or Dropbox. So because the problem is traditional email, unless you have something on a YouTube link, which from what I've heard from some people, they don't like YouTube links. So Google Drive and Dropbox is definitely a more popular. Another one I just discovered through a client is Vimeo. Is another one, so to share, but yeah, to upload, let's say a video on Instagram, MP4 is probably the best, and then YouTube MOV, because then you get the highest quality. MPEG I don't like because it's very fuzzy. That's the thing I don't like. But that's one way to try to share and how to make sure that the video is shared correctly without glitches.
Okay. Great, thank you.
Okay. Anyone else with a question for Brandon? Brandon, what are your thoughts on some of these newer applications or platforms like Parler and Clubhouse, and are they?
I haven't used Parlor yet. I've researched it, and then Clubhouse I haven't used yet either. So I'm going to research both those. You know, one thing I feel with social media, and I established this with BK Web from day one, is that one thing to be careful too is social media, unfortunately, is in this social political climate. BK Web, it will not be involved with that. We're not a political organization, so we're just here to service the customer. So so if we do some social media apps, it's to gain that social media following and to gain an audience. I mean, if your company does those things, that's your company's business, but we're here to service the customer. We're not here to preach a message, you know, so we've kind of, so if we do join some of the apps, it's not for social political reasons.
Okay.
Clubhouse isn't available for Android yet. It should be available in May. So when that release of software comes out for Android, you'll probably see it gain a lot more popularity.
Right. It's right now it's only by invitation, and as you said, it's not on the Android platform yet. So, okay. Well, any other hands going up? So what's the current project you're working on, BK?
All right, so current projects, we're finishing up JuxtaHub, so that's going to be on there soon. And I'm going to be finishing a quick video for one of my friends that he wanted me to try out. So I'm working on that right now. And then we're getting ready for the summer internship program for BK Web, so that this summer we could, whatever company or person comes along, we can start getting the projects out and really, become almost like a video factory. Here's this video for this person. Here's a video for that person. So that's what's coming up, and especially with the website, being developed and going to be published soon, we're very excited.
Are there any licenses or permits that you need to have for such a business?
What do you mean? Just elaborate on that.
Any kind of official certifications or anything that you need to run a video production company?
Well, I know you had to. I mean, I had to go through the LLC process, so I do have those certifications.
Okay. But nothing other than that.
Nothing other than that. The only other certification I will need, and this is something that's once I'm able to get the funds to get this, we're looking to get a drone camera because I want to I call it the Lawrence of Arabia shots, where everything looks big in scope and epic. But you do have to have a license to put that camera up in the air. So because of, various reasons. So that one I will need a license for. So we are going to look into that, get a license so that I could put my drone camera in. And if you want, let's say, aerial shot of your business from up in the air, we could definitely do that. We can't do that yet, but when that time comes, we can.
Okay. What type of equipment do you typically use? Most of us are restricted to our cell phones, but I'm sure you have something more than that.
Well, I have a Canon EOS 80D camera. We are looking to get another camera that's bigger. The cell phone I have here, it's a more expensive phone, but I purchased it because see this camera lens here? It's very high quality. So that way I could do on the spot stuff with good quality. And then we're looking to get a GoPro for action. GoPro cameras are for like action shots, like if you're on a dirt bike or underwater, something like that. And then the drone camera for the big epic scope shots. So we want a diversity of cameras. And then the 360, that one is the shape of this, the phone. And you place it in a room and you let it scan around the room. So that way it gives a tour.
Lots of synergy between what Jeff does and what you're doing. Maybe some of that audio and video can be combined into a showstopper.